The original building was a 2-storey brick corner shop with a residence above. It was built in 1888 and it was a real collage of ad hoc additions and alterations that had been built over its lifetime. The thing that was wonderful about the building was that it was obviously loved by the community. They were saying we're really excited to see where it's going to end up. It was exciting, nerve-wracking, but exciting.
I'm Dan North.
And I'm Catherine Downie of Downie North.
And we're the architects of the Corner Shop House.
We're only on 136 square metres of land here, so little footprint, and yet we saw this incredible opportunity to do a lot with the site because it has 3 addresses, both to Eaton and Australia Street and then the laneway at the rear. So we were very excited about what we could do with it. As part of the initial brief, we knew that we needed to retain the commercial tenancy on the ground floor, but the upper residence was going to be expanded to essentially house a family. It was how to balance those 2 conflicting occupations in a way that still allowed connection to the site and the landscape.
The building hints at what's inside. You have a heritage facade that's been retained. You've got the patchwork of the brick on the outside and these modern insertions, but it doesn't really give anything away from the street. You come up through the stairs underneath this hanging garden. The Bruxelles rhythm reaches down. You come through that door, up another series of stairs into the lounge room, which is the arrival point. My favourite part of the house is the lounge room. You can open up the windows, and I love the idea that you can sit in the sun and read a book and have the tree to yourself.
You are drawn into the space by the outlook to the courtyard because you're entering to the south. You will always have the call of the outdoor and the sun drawing you into the building. We had a situation where we have bedrooms that are internalised. The question of how to get a window was answered by lifting that roof up to the east. And by lifting it up to the east, we have this lovely soft light which wakes you up for the day.
We like to use raw, natural materials that have an honesty to them. And I think that always allows you to see the hand of the maker, the way a building's built. Gives you a very human quality to a building.
The finishes give the building a real honesty and toughness, but what that meant is that we had to be really precise with the detailing and the workmanship so that all of the junctions and all of the set out and all the work was on show right from the finish when we're at the beginning of the job.
There was definitely an evolution in terms of the final specification of the materials. We always knew it was going to be a predominantly brick and concrete building, but as Will built the building from the ground up, the ground level had these great red common bricks.
Initially, the idea was to paint them because it was going to be a gallery. But then as the brief evolved, we realised we could leave the bricks as they were. So we changed the grout to match the brick and let the bricks just be.
And then I think as we moved up into the space, this wonderful autumn Kraus brick was selected, which has all these beautiful reds and browns and ochres and even little bits of green. And that then was a very strong character that then informed how we treated all the steel work. The stone was then selected that had those same reds and yellows and purples.
And one of the conversation points that we were always having on site were, are these materials friends? So we were putting the materials together and seeing if they had a relationship. And if they did, they became the materials that we used.
I think this project was a real passion project for us and for Will and his team. And there's been a huge amount of buy-in from everybody in terms of wanting to see the very best outcome. And I know that construction-wise, it really pushed him and his team. Architecturally, I think we've had the opportunity to experiment, and it's pushed us as well. But it's been such an incredible collaboration.